Good morning, traders, and this is your Forex setups for today. So this week has been pretty much a sideways week for the EURUSD. Not much trading happening, and this last 8-hour bar here, which is pretty much yesterday when the Feds were talking and announcing their policy changes at the moment. So I think the market's just digesting that information. Sorry, it's a bit early. As far as I'm concerned, we're range bound, and this range bar here is pretty much right on the moving average on the 8-hour. Moving average is flat. There's absolutely no reason to be looking for any trades here. Well, for me anyway. So you can see this big up, big down, and we're going big up again, going sideways until we break through these areas here. 119, 152 to the upside, 117, 153 to the downside. I'm sitting on the sidelines. There's nothing really happening here. USD Japanese yen does look like we have another attempt at this daily level, and you can see what I'm talking about here. Let's just use one of these here so we don't get too cluttered. There's one there, and there's another one right here. So from a daily perspective, we are forming lows. Okay, let's just actually adjust that to there. So it is lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. We have formed a high here, or higher low right there. So this could be swinging, it could be turning to the upside. But when I look at this price action, let me just zoom in a bit here. We are going sideways. The little flag that was brewing yesterday doesn't look like it's going to materialize. Still in play until we break above 107.088. So there's just too much going on in this thing. It could be forming a base to move around. This is basically from yesterday as well, but I want to see a pullback. If we can get back onto this 106.594 and hold it with some decent price action, then I may be considered a long to 107. Let me just get that value there. That is 107.088. But to be honest, sit on the sidelines for me on this. Pound USD. Now this one is there's a couple of things going on here. So yesterday we were looking to break above this level, 131.851. That has happened, but we had a massive range bar based on the news coming out yesterday. So I'm kind of the opinion that I'm just going to sit and wait for the dollar to stabilize. Wait for everybody to digest the news, figure out what they're going to do and what direction they're going to take it in, and then hop on that train once it leaves the station. Right now, that train is just moving backwards and forth on the line. And sideways, big up, big down, big confusion, big up, big down, big up, big down, and now we're busy with big up again. I'm not really going to read much into that. We want to come back onto structure. First bit of structure, we see we did get this test of this area here. So if you did get that with a stop here, you'd be in profit at the moment. But what I'm looking for here is a retest of structure. And the nearest structure is going to be 132.312. So let it rally a bit, let it come back, find some support here and start moving to the upside with the moving average pointing up. We're in for the up. Okay, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. This is still looking like a flag. We do have some movement off a level. It's not quite the level I'm looking for. I'm looking for something a little bit deeper, somewhere around here, 108.823. So this is still in limbo for me, not really looking to trade this at the moment. And if I just zoom in on the price action here, you'll see what I mean. So down, and then now we're just going sideways. So this is looking like another move to the downside. I would anticipate a move down to 108.823, and then we can look at it. We get this kind of price action off that level, so range bar, pin bar, inside bar, engulfing bar, any kind of bullish pattern off this level, that would entice me to get a long going with a very tight stop. Okay, and the only reason for that is because of this flag. Pretty solid move to the upside and a pretty choppy flag at the moment. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. A pound Japanese yen. So we'll get to the flag now. We pretty much have made all the targets at the moment. We've had this breakout. Remember yesterday we said we were busy forming a triangle at a level right at the top of the range, and that was the range target. That target has been realized, but I want to show you why I dislike diagonal trend lines intensely. So here was our triangle, okay, and look what happened. Break above, oh dear, it's a fake out, we're short. Down, oh dear, it's a fake out, we're long. Okay, that's one of the reasons I hate diagonals. I can't tell you how much I hate them. But I suppose this was also the news and the noise yesterday with the Fed, so you know, anything's possible. I suppose we can't beat ourselves up over about it. Very difficult to get into trades when this is the kind of price action you see. It's not structured, it's not textbook, if you can put it that way. But anyway, world's not perfect, sorry, and that's the way it is. So anyway, the move up, consolidation, second move up, that was the target. I think your next target on this, if we just get rid of the noise, is going to be pullbacks. Now what I want to do is just come, well, I suppose there's nothing really, there's no real breakouts. There's one there. Let me just get this level in. That is the level. There's nothing more on the upside on this. So there is our one area. Okay, so what we're looking for is pullbacks. Okay, so we need a pullback into this area here for us to get long again, or alternatively we need to break above 141374, hold it, and then start moving to the upside. Problem with that theory is look at the congestion here. So what you may find is you probably just go into a range when you get into this area. Anyway, so I think this trade is done. It did play out, but the probability of getting into this trade was not very great. Okay, last one is Euro Canadian dollar. So this is still swinging down. Now the question on my mind right now is this just a retracement of this move up, or is this genuinely a trend change? Now you can see we sort of peaked up here into this area and we bounced off it. So if you just look at that on the hour, again, it's just a noisy bar that it's not structured, not small, it's just massive, big amount of noise. Yeah, I don't like it. So yeah, for me at the moment, Forex is really quite simple. Wait for next week. This week has been a bit of a shoddy week on Forex. Indexes have been fairly good. Well, specifically the S&P, which is on a tear at the moment. But this kind of stuff is very difficult to trade. You're going to get stopped out pretty much on every trade you try and take. So I would look at this area again, 15615, see if we can hold it for a move down. But we could also just be looking at this level right here. Okay, so we could be just testing that level for another move to the downside. That's also possible. But these kind of big moves based on noise and political noise, news, whatever you want to call it, it's all noise at the end of the day. But those big moves like that typically are not something I like trading. Anyway, so I'm not touching this, well, any of the pairs at the moment until next week. The one that did have play out was pound Japanese yen, and there's probably a little bit more upside here, but I'd want to see a pullback or some structure form, and then another opportunity to get high. And ultimately, I think you're aiming for 144495. Anyway, that's the only pair that I'd really be interested in. Hope it helps, and enjoy the weekend. We'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.